Welcome to Pure Mind Magic, the show to evolve your mind. Our mind is the most powerful thing we have, but no one teaches us how to use it. When we find out how, we're ready to create magic in life and in business. Learn real mindset secrets from brilliant minds around the world to change your mindset and income level forever. With every decision you make, you create your future. What is your next move? Now, welcome your host, international magician, speaker, and podcast performance consultant, Jennifer S. Royal.
Hi, this is Jennifer and welcome back to Pure Mind Magic. When you are new here, please subscribe to the show. You just have to hit one button and with that you won't miss any of the new upcoming episodes. So today we have another midweek motivation and I decided to create this episode on instant ideas, a creativity hack for you, because I'm sure that you know that sometimes there is a tough deadline and you have to come up with an idea or have to find a solution for something and time is very tight and maybe you don't have that energy and you are so overwhelmed, you don't know where to start. And I came across in a very old book because, you know, I love reading and it's almost like that every day I get at least one book delivered and I'm really reading them all. So I found another book and in this book I found this kind of secret or hack, something I had in my mind before but couldn't grasp it right. But there it was, ink on paper, and I will teach you how you can come up with instant ideas when you need to. Also, I have to announce that this episode is kind of special because since the show is growing, I'm able to help other artists and authors promote their message or their art. So I have two of them in this episode, and we are starting with a book author who created an amazing book on marketing that will come up in a few moments. Her name is Maisha Kopp, and I will ask her a couple of questions about the book, and you can find it then in the show notes. And also in the end, I do have music or a song from a musician. He created this song by himself. His name is Sylvester White, and he created a title very, very perfect, the perfect match for this show because the name is Time for Magic. So stay tuned. I will play that at the end of this episode. And also to let you know, you can get my online course. At the moment, I do have a special offer, so you can get 90% off. And I created this course to show you what podcasting can do for your networking, because it said that your network equals your net worth. So it's really depending on who you are networking with. And I created a tremendous network thanks to podcasting, and you don't even have to have your own show. There are other ways on how you can guest on podcasts. So this is all in my online course. It's about 3 hours and it's very condensed information. You get all the links, all the resources. So check it out if you like. Hopefully you are very curious about my creativity hack secret here. I'm going to share in a moment. But before I do, as I announced already, I will have for a few minutes on the show here Maisha Kopp to introduce you to her book. Hi, Maisha. Great to have you on Pure Mind Magic. And I always love people who have written a book and help my audience to gain some new knowledge. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about your book, please?
Yes. Thank you, Jennifer, for having me. I have listened to your podcast quite a few times, so I'm pleased to be here. My name is Maisha Kopp, and as you mentioned, I have written a book called Epiphany Marketing. The heart of marketing starts at your core. And the genesis of the book for me was the journey of personal discovery. I have been working in the field of marketing for about 20 years. And over that 20 years, I've seen marketers do a really good job, and I've seen some not do so good. More recently, though, I've started to see this trend where people seem to be confusing digital technology with good marketing. And so it prompted me it actually drove a little bit of frustration for me and drove me to want to communicate to people that good marketing is not just about using digital technology, but it's about connecting with your core beliefs as a person or as an organization and using those core beliefs to do the marketing for you. So it's really about how do you start to reconnect with yourself so that you're able to reconnect with your audiences.
Wow, that sounds really great. So who is this book for?
Originally when I started writing it, the genesis of it started from my own passion around helping nonprofit social benefit organizations, as well as small businesses that were looking to be disruptive. So really targeting visionaries who had a story to tell that was meaningful for the world. But as I started writing it, I realized, and as I started having people review it, I realized that this is a book that is much broader than just organizations. So while it started with the idea of being for nonprofit, social benefit, and disruptive entrepreneurial companies, I've come to realize that there's a lot of people in the world who are struggling to figure out what are their true beliefs, what do they stand for, and they struggle because the world isn't always ready to hear it. And so in addition to organizations, I believe this book is just really meant for anyone who is looking to figure out what is their place in the world, how can they make a difference, and how can they stand tall and stand firm in what they really believe.
Wow, that was the perfect answer to my question. And my next question would be, Maisha, most people say that they have created an awesome product and they are convinced that the product will sell itself, whether it's a digital product or a real product. So, but why is marketing really the magic key to sell any product in this world?
Gosh, that is a great question, Jennifer. I believe that it all goes back to why you are selling what you are selling. And I've seen so many companies, products fail because a lot of the people who are building the products or the owners of the company are building it because they only want to make money. And what I've come to recognize with marketing is your story has to be authentic and it has to be true and it has to be about something more than just making money. Today, what I write about this a little bit in the book. Today we are in a very interesting time in society where we are inundated with so much information, especially from digital marketing, that you virtually could find any product in the world and have access to it. What people are looking for today, though, is not just give me a product. They want to understand what's the story behind that product, and they want to connect with the values of the organization that is behind that product as well. So I talk a lot about the fact that we are in a dynamic time where you have a generation that has access to all the technology in the world who ironically are feeling very alone and looking for ways to connect at a deeper, more meaningful level, which means as a company or as a developer of a product, you need to have a story behind why that product matters. And preferably that story would be how this product changes the world in some way and makes the world a little bit of a better place and connects people to each other, not just how am I going to make money with it. So I share with most marketers today, don't start with what the product specs are. Don't tell me a lot about what your product can do. Tell me the story behind why you built that product and how it's going to be contributing to someone's life, to someone's values, and how it's going to resonate with them on that deeper level.
Very good standpoint you have. And you made me curious to start reading your book. And once again, can you give us a title and also please let us know where we can get your book from?
Yes, absolutely. The title is Epiphany Marketing. The Heart of Marketing Starts at Your Core. And the book is available on my personal website, which is maishacobb.com. That's MAISHA, B.com. It is also available at Barnes & Noble for those who are in the States and on Amazon globally. So I do hope that people will take a look at it. The final comment I will make to you about the book, too, is the title is very significant because I believe a lot of marketers have moved away from trusting their gut and trusting the intuition. And I was purposeful in naming the book Epiphany Marketing because it's really about returning us to that little voice inside of us that usually doesn't steer us wrong, but that we often don't listen to.
Awesome. Maisha, thank you so much for coming to the show today and sharing some insights on your book. All the links will be in the show notes for everyone to find them. And if you like, you can now, in the end, share your favorite quote with the audience.
My favorite quote is, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So stand firm in your beliefs. And stand tall in sharing those beliefs with the world.
Thanks, Maisha, for coming on and sharing your book with us. And for everyone listening now, I highly recommend that you check out the book. You will find the link directly in the show notes because I'm convinced that you can't learn enough about marketing nowadays. Nevertheless, in which field you are operating. So let's go back to the main content of this episode about the instant ideas and a creativity hack for you. And going back to the episode I created in the last midweek motivation, where I was talking about how to make money flying business class. Now, looking back, I have to say that that was an excellent idea. It saved me so much time to get there to the Canary Islands, even or already while checking in, and it was so quiet in the air. I had all this time above the clouds coming up with all these ideas. I could write all my texts I wanted to, so it just worked out perfectly fine. And giving you an overview, when I was there visiting my best friend, we were so creative and we got like a ton of work done in this week. So I helped her to come up with text for her website. I also created with her or for her own and first online course. So we shot all of that, and we also did a photo shoot there to come up with the pictures for her website. It was kind of incredible and almost magical. And the secret ingredient to that was that I was in a hotel. She has there her own house, but then she came over to visited me. And we just sat down and made like a master plan in the morning and then went out to accomplish all those things. And I found once again, and I said this here on the show before, that it's really effective when you subtract all the distractions. So when you are in another environment and maybe even in a hotel, because then you're sure that you have all the food. So you just have to go down for breakfast and you can grab dinner in the hotel and normally also a lunch. So you don't have to care about all of that, and you can just focus and concentrate on your core project at that very moment. And I got up in the morning, and the cool thing that there on the Canarian Islands, it's like 1 hour before my normal time zone over in Munich. So it was easier to get up in the morning, because normally I'm more this type of night owl. So I'm very productive during the night and very creative, but I'm not really a morning person. And it's said that it's really like in your DNA, and you can't change it. So when you are in the one or other camp of it. And it's also said that this can be really stressful in a relationship when your partner is just the opposite of what you are, because you won't hardly meet in the middle. So because it's just, it is in us. So in this case, it was easier, so I tricked myself to get up in the morning, and then with the ocean just in front of me, because I had this hotel with the sea view directly on the beach, I went out and did my running for an hour, and it felt so easy doing it in this environment to get all this fresh air and my brain running. So this already enhanced my creativity and boosted my creativity. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this here before, but I'm a huge fan of lighthouses. I can't tell exactly why, but they just fascinate me. And I found that other people are fascinated by them as well, because there are all these books out on lighthouses, and some of them are really, really old, like hundreds of years, and still working. And I think maybe it's because of the symbolic character to it, that you have this light in the dark, and it's also a warning for all the ships, obviously, that there is danger, and it's also an orientation. So maybe, but it was a good sign, I just thought, to go out in the morning and do my running to the lighthouse and back. So that was pretty cool, just there in this environment, and that all of that set me up for the day. And then having this great breakfast there did, like the rest. So you know this about the subtractions, and I'm sure you figured that out as well before when you were on holiday, or you just changed your environment to another place, that you were able to sit down and work very effective and maintaining this focus for a very long time. So now I'm sure you're interested what else you can do and what I found in this old book to boost your creativity. I already talked about the environment, and the tip here was actually to get near water, to get into the flow. And interestingly, because this is what I meant in the beginning when I said I felt this kind of intuitive that it's good to be near water, because every time I'm on the ocean or even on a lake, but I have to say the ocean works way better, I'm very creative. So I wrote my first book, like 70% of it in just 1 week. Also, funnily enough, on the Canarian Islands. And it worked perfectly well. And I couldn't describe why that was the case, but I just, love the air there and the waves when they are coming in, and it's just perfect. And then in this book, it's so interesting because the author mentions that the connection between water and creativity goes actually back to Archimedes, the great magician. Because probably most of you know the story that he had this problem in his mind that he couldn't solve. And then he decided to go to the public bath. And this is where he found the groundbreaking concept while being in the bath, and where he also shout out Eureka. So the famous saying for like, I got it. And then also said that after that he went like naked through the streets because he was so happy that he just came up with this. So little side note here, I don't recommend you doing that when you have your eureka on the beach or near water, but just a funny story. And it says, maybe it's also because you have this relaxation when you are close to water or even in the water. And obviously, water is one of the 4 elements of life. So we have a really strong connection to it. And maybe you are thinking now, depending on where in the world you are right now, that you don't have a sea or lake or river close to you. So it's not that important what kind of water source you're dealing with to boost your creativity, to come up with these instant ideas, to get into the flow and having ideas coming in. It's about you also can just take a shower. And this is why a lot of people, and I found that you can get it really from Amazon, that they have these pads, these notepads that you can pin under your shower, because I'm sure you heard this as well, that a lot of people have their best ideas while taking a shower. And here's the connection, because there is the water coming down on you. So your mind calms down and can come up with a great idea. So when you want to make really sure that you don't lose this idea, then it's a good idea to put this notepad under your shower and take all the notes you are having while taking a shower. And then when you are close to the sea or a lake, then you can be on a boat. So maybe even do a cruise. So you are for a long time connected to water and you are moving on the water. So I think this is really beneficial to do that when you would like to come up with this instant ideas and hack your creativity. The same goes for swimming, or when you go to the sauna and you have a jacuzzi there, then this is also something that relaxes you, and you have this like sparkling water, moving water that helps you as well. And another thing is you can obviously just walk in the rain. So again, you have this connection with water that will have the same effect on you. And I would just suggest that you go out and try it and see what happens. The best thing, actually, what is said in the book is that when you are close to moving water, there are several ways. So the shower would be moving water as well as the ocean when you have the waves. And also a great place is maybe not that easy to visit when you are really under time pressure to come up with an idea, are waterfalls. But there are other theories to waterfalls because they have this tremendous energy and this power. So it's really this power place where you can recharge on a deep level, because it's this pure nature and it's amazing what's happening there. And I think the biggest waterfalls are in South America. So they have plenty of them. And also Bali is very known for having beautiful waterfalls. So over here in Germany, it's not that easy to find them like the big ones. We do have a couple of them, small ones. And I mean, also in a very mini waterfall thing you can find in Bath, in also public bath. And I even was thinking about now coming up with a waterfall, an inside waterfall for my place here near my workspace. So I thought that would be kind of cool. And interestingly, I found on YouTube while I was searching for some houses in the Florida area that a lot of them, like this big houses and villas, interestingly, they all have a waterfall in front of the house where the pool is. So maybe this is just a coincidence and I spot it now, but I thought it's cool and obviously it looks really good. And I don't think that just a picture of a waterfall will have the same effect, but try it out. So brings us back to water. And also in the book, it said that water restores your balance and it helps you calm down and bring your imagination alive again. So there's this flowing element, and I think it also really helps because sometimes when you feel stuck and you can't see the next step or the solution or where to start, then it's helpful when your imagination comes alive and you are in this flow again, like taking or putting your, going out of your own way. So this is sometimes the biggest block at all, that you're just standing in your own way. And it seems like that water can kind of do that. So this would be my secret instant tip here for you. If you like to come up with great ideas, get yourself near water in some way, when it's just taking a shower, and take some time off the problem you're working on or the idea you're trying to find. Because I said this before, as a magician and an artist, I know exactly that it doesn't work like when you have all this pressure to come up with an idea, because we also know that really stress is the thing that causes most of illness. So a lot of things are just caused by stress, and it's very important to find something that reduces the stress and brings you down. So, and obviously water can do that. And maybe you are lucky and you're close to a waterfall, or maybe you're at the moment at a holiday and are able to visit the Niagara Falls. Whatever, try it out and let me know. So you can shoot me an email to puremindmagic@gmail.com when you make some good progress or get great results from this idea. Change your environment, get near water to get into the creative flow, and see if you can come up with some results like Archimedes did many 100 years ago. That's it basically for today's episode. And when you like the content and this was helpful, it would also mean a lot to me if you could share it with a friend or share it on social media, wherever you like. And as promised, when we wrap up this episode, I do have this music for you from Sylvester White. You can just listen in it and maybe this sparks already an idea in you. As I said, the title is Time for Magic, and there will be a link in the show notes as well in case you would like to get the music. It's on iTunes and you can also get it from his website directly. We'll be there. So that's it for today. Until next time, create some magic.
I step into place, the feeling's right. I catch you staring like there's something that you like. I see your eyes, I see your soul. Go with the music, let your body lose control. Is it the way we touch like magic? Baby, your body's so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss, exciting? Baby, your love, I've got to have it. Is it the way we touch like magic? Baby, your love is so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss, enticing? Baby, your love, I've got to have it. Baby, you chose me, I didn't choose you. Girl, when you saw me, you knew exactly what I'd do to you. You feel my heat when we touch. Is it the physical? like magic. Baby, your body's so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss exciting? Baby, your love, I've got to have it. Is it the way we touch like magic? Baby, your love is so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss enticing? Baby, your love, I've got to have it. The way we feel is so brand new, so unexpected. I don't know just what to do. I want your body and your time. I'm gonna do every little thing to blow your mind. Is it the way we touch like magic? Baby, your body's so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss exciting? Baby, your love, I've got to have it. Is it the way we touch like magic? Baby, your love is so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss enticing? Baby, your love, I've got to have it. Is it the way we touch like magic? Baby, your body's so fantastic. Is it the way we kiss exciting? Baby, your love